Hello once again, welcome to Jacqueline's Corner, where I share with you tips, tools and thoughts to empower you to reach for your greatness and live in your own possibilities. How are you doing today? I hope you've had a great weekend. This is the start of another beautiful week. Yes, it might be raining or snowing or very hot, whatever the weather is. It's all good. It's a beautiful week, isn't it? Yes, I would like to talk to you today about keeping focused, keeping motivated on our goals. We're almost out of February, aren't we? And we're going into the next month. How have we been faring with those goals we set for ourselves at the beginning of the year? How have you managed to keep your eyes on the ball? You know, sometimes I wonder and I ask myself, those people who achieve great things, how do they do it? What's the key? You know, what's the magic sauce? There's really nothing specific or fantastic. They don't have 2 heads or 3. They don't perform magic, but they keep focused. How do they manage to keep focused? It's just by certain habits that they do daily that takes them from point A to B. Now, I'd like to discuss some of these habits that I've found useful over time, and I would love when you can share, if you can share your own thoughts with me, with us, because we're all here to learn from one another, okay? Nobody has all the answers. So when you get good thoughts from here and there, and you add it together, you make for better results. Now, let's quickly go through those tips that help to keep us motivated. Daily tips, really. Get enough sleep. That's number 1. If you're like me, when I don't sleep well, I become an ogre. I become quarrelsome and highly irritable because my body is not energized. Sleeping helps your mind to rest, helps your body to rest, helps you to re-energize or rejuvenate and be able to, go through your duties in a better way. When you don't sleep, you feel you're dragging yourself, you're cranky, and it affects virtually every other thing. Okay, so sleep first, then get energized. Getting energized could mean a brisk 10-15 minutes cardio, a brisk walk, a brisk jog, something that gets your adrenaline pumping, that gets the blood flowing through all the nooks and crannies in your body. That helps a whole lot. And then eat right. Don't live on a kettle of coffee and a quick snack bar and all whatnot. Eat right for your body, to nourish your mind, to nourish your body, and in the long run, you find out it's better. You get better results than when you just grab sugary stuff that, sugar rush, and then before the end of the day, your energy is depleted. You're tired. You're not able to go the extra mile. So you eat right. Then get started. Get started on that thing, that task that you need to get done. There's something about getting started on a program or a project. That nagging voice of yours kicks in, that inner voice that keeps nagging you to finish what you started. It keeps on coming when you're derailing it. Say, Jacqueline, you remember you were supposed to do. It keeps on nagging you, keeps on going and going at you to get you back on track. Then surround yourself with people who encourage your craft or encourage whatever it is you're doing, people who are like-minded. And as much as possible, every day, seek for information that expands your scope, that empowers your brain, that teaches you. You never know. It could be a little information, but it will make a whole lot of difference. So empower your mind and surround yourself with the right kind of people. The people who lift you up, the people who, put some pressure. Even sometimes when I told a friend, I'm writing a book. Every time we talk, she said, how's the book coming along? So she sounds like she's checking me and helping to keep me on track. Okay? So these are the kind of people you need to surround yourself with. Now, another point is to break down your goals, make them specific from major to micro, from micro to major. You break them down in bits so that each day or weekly or bi-weekly or however you're doing it, you know what your set targets are. That kind of gives you a timeline on when you expect to achieve the result and when you expect to get to the result where you're going. Okay, when you now have one ginormous goal and it's not broken in bits, when you look at it, it becomes so overwhelming. You simply don't even know what end of the tail to hold. But when you've broken these goals down in little bits, bite-sized, you can take them chunk by chunk every day and tackle them until you get to the end of your result. And yes, when you're doing this as well, also put in little rewards for yourself. Now, it's like somebody saying they want to lose 40 kg. Of course, you're not going to be able to achieve that in a length of, immediately. You've got to have a time frame that you can do this. So you've got to sit down and work out what are your possibilities. How do you achieve breaking down 40 kilograms of your body? Probably by losing 2 kg a month or whatever, however you can achieve it. But sometimes we make plans and life happens. Yes, life does have a way of happening against our better wish, but we need to know how to manage all these things that are happening around us, still focus and get to our goal. So break your goals down in ways that you can be able to achieve them, and you have to set accountability for yourself. As you reward yourself when you fall on the wayside, take responsibility. The problem that happens most times is when we fail to take responsibility and we look on who else to blame, we don't get it right. We will still probably end up making the same mistakes again and then looking for the fall person. Who are we going to shift the blame on? So take responsibility, then press the reset button. Reset button is when you look at the faults of what caused you, what were the triggers, what made you fall off the wagon of whatever it is your project is, and then go back and start from where you fell and pick up again and continue. And I noticed something also, that when I want to start something, it always works out better when I start it at the end or at the beginning of the week, or the beginning of a new month, or the beginning of a certain thing, a certain period. I give myself, okay, I'm going to do this over 40 days of length, for instance, or I'm going to do this over summer from June to August or something like that. So having that time frame helps a lot to keep you in check. So, well, that's it. I would really love to hear what you do, how you manage to use simple everyday things to keep yourself focused, to keep motivated. It's been nice talking to you once again. My little exercise, I hope I am not burdening you with too much exercises, but I always like to put a little exercise towards whatever it is we're doing. Is what I would love to hear from you right now is what you have done in the past, what goals you have achieved. Tabulate them and sit back and think, how did you manage to achieve those goals? What were the steps you took that brought you to your goals? When you think about the things you did in the past, you probably can be able to replicate them. Yes, as success. Replicate them and implement them to what you're doing right now. Okay? So, hoping to hear from you. You take care of yourself. Blessed be. Bye.